So I got some new stuff in the Miata, and we're gonna check it out. We got some bikes. We've been riding bikes lately. This is a brand new pit bike that Claude just got, and I sold my old DR650, this yellow bike, to Hector, and this is my new bike. This is a 2016 WR250R. So we've been having some fun with these, but let's talk about the Miata for a second here. So I just had a standalone engine management system put in by Adaptronics. My friend over at Style and Performance, John, put it in for me. Performance and style, I should say. I'm gonna pop the hood in the trunk so we can get a look. Alright. This is the supercharged engine with the Jackson M45 supercharger. Got my little cold air intake headlight there with the filter. And this right here is the controller for the meth injection. This dial right here, this determines how much boost has to be present for the meth to start spraying. And this other controller here, this other dial, is determines at what pressure you see full power, full spray. And over here on my charge piping, that little doohickey right here, that is the spray nozzle that actually the meth and water comes out of. It goes through the intake and into the manifold and into the engine, and that just keeps everything a little bit cooler so you can tune a little more aggressively. It's kind of like an intercooler, and it also raises the octane. So in here, let me grab a light. Old drop light. This piece of junk. Hopefully it'll reach all the way back here. I don't have a ladder on top of it. There we go, that should give me enough slack. Nope. Bear with me. Alright, so back here, we've got, this is the tank for the meth injection. And then the pump sits right over here. It's AEM, by the way. Yeah, there's a line that runs to the front of the car. You can see it there. That goes right to that nozzle. And you can get this stuff called Boost Juice. I buy from the Performance Shop. And that's water, pre-mixed water, methanol mix. But if you run out, which I did, you can also use regular old windshield washer fluid. It's the same exact thing. Well, almost the same, a little bit less concentrated with the meth. So basically what the meth kit does is it just sprays a mixture of water and methanol into your intake and chemically intercools your car. And it pushes off detonation so you can run a little bit more aggressive timing, and you can tune it a little more aggressively and make a little more power. Actually, this car's already been tuned with the meth in it, so it actually made it was done on two different dynos, so it's hard to say exactly how much power gain there was, but it made 23 foot-pounds more than it did before, and it made like 1 horsepower more than on the other dyno, which is pretty negligible, but it could have been more because there's some pretty substantial differences between dynos. But you can really feel the power. It's not all peak power. Most of the gains were made, at lower RPMs, and just gave me a little more like low end torque, and the car just drives better, and it pulls harder through the lower RPMs. You can lug gears a little more. Yeah, so it made about 148 foot-pounds of torque and about 161 horsepower, I believe it was. So yeah, let's check that dyno. Let's check out those dyno pulls. $161.8 with 123 foot-pounds.
We still made 100. Torque comes in the falls.
Oh, okay, so that's not the peak torque. That's just torque at that RPM.
Our peak torque. 148.
Peak torque was 148. Okay. Maybe I never had, the right idea for peak torque when I first saw this car dyno too. I might have just been looking at peak RPM torque. I never really got anything printed out or anything. That's it for this one, but there's more stuff to come, so stay tuned.